and welcome back to I Love My STEM Career. This is our first day of 2 days. Today we're in the Nerve Centre in Derry, and tomorrow we're going to be doing the same in the Ormo Baths in Belfast. So I'm very excited. We are going to be chatting next to Adam McEntee, a Junior QA Analyst at Learning Pool. So Adam, this is great because we've kind of had a variety of people. We're talking to you now. You're more at the beginning of your career. So obviously today we're discussing pathways for young people who are watching. So we're now moving on to you, kind of at the start of the career. So can you just tell us first of all what you do and tell us a wee bit about the route into the tech career, because I know you didn't go the university route. So tell us just a wee bit about that.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's certainly a lot to say. I guess I'll start with what a QA actually does. QA meaning quality assurance. And basically what we do is test different applications or software. So at Learning Pool, we are an e-learning company. And so most of our software is around given access for like training and things like that to our clients. So my job would be testing the different software that we provide. As part of that, I also do a bit of automation testing. So that would be in writing code to automatically do tests for us, which is kind of the way forward within QA and kind of the way the team is being led down for everyone on the team, including myself. But as you mentioned there, yeah, I didn't go the university route, and I would consider myself notorious as being a big advocate for not going to university, because I specifically for tech, I don't think that it's the best option most of the time for most people. Of course, everybody's experiences are different. But for myself, whenever I was doing my A-levels, I was being pressured a lot, obviously, into going down the university path. People were telling me, you know, this is what you have to do. This is the best thing for you. And although this was constantly being thrown at me, I almost rejected the idea. I was like, this doesn't feel right. I don't think that this is the best way. So I started looking into other options. One of the first things I came across was apprenticeships. Yeah. So basically studying for the degree while also working and getting the experience, which seemed, you know, like the absolute best way to be doing things. But I decided to take a year out after my A-levels and really figure stuff out and do some research. And that's whenever I actually stumbled across the course I did, which was the Software Fundamentals course over in the Northwest Regional College. So it was a 12-week program, and where you're basically given a crash course in all things software, being testing and development. So whenever I was looking into this, I was like, 12 weeks, you get a 4-week placement at the end, and you're basically guaranteed a job, was what it was advertising. Yeah. And I was like, all right, well, I'm on my year out here. What have I really got to lose? 12 weeks of time. Yeah. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, and I'll continue going back to maybe looking down the apprenticeship route and things like that I was looking at. But I went and I interviewed for the course, and the guy, Kevin, that taught it, he was incredible, was basically, he was really passionate that he was going to get me a job at the end of this, and that like he was really confident in what he was doing, and that was definitely intoxicating almost, that passion, like. So I was really convinced then. I was like, well, this is going to work. This is definitely the way to go. And it did. The course was incredible. You know, I met good people and stuff on there, but I learned a lot, which was the main thing. It got me my STQB, which is qualification in testing. And if you go for a testing job anywhere, if you don't have it, they'll probably put you through it. It's very highly desired. And I got another exam in development for Java. But testing was the route that I ended up going down. I had a 4-week placement with the company. It didn't really work out. We didn't fit well together, or I just didn't like it there. So at the end of my 4-week placement, they did offer me to keep me on over the summer, but what I was looking was something a bit more permanent. And at the time, Learning Pool was advertising for junior QA roles. And I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna apply here anyway. And long story short, I got the job.
And that's that is such an important message, that you don't, like, the pathway is not exactly the same for everyone. There's no need for it to be, obviously. It's great actually that you were quite strong about the fact that this wasn't what you wanted to do. Like, I think that's really cool. Like, you just knew, and it sounded like Kevin had kind of like inspired the passion in you further, which is great.
Absolutely.
Like, would you like to encourage that passion in others? Like, the people who are watching, the girls that are here, would you encourage them into tech? Like, has it been a good decision for you?
Absolutely. I mean, I love my tech career. It's fun. It's rewarding. There's different stuff to do every day. The people that you meet are all kind of good people, like people that aren't boring. They're people you can sit beside.
Everybody's kind of cool, like.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's someone you go in and have a chat there or whatever and get along well, like. But going into tech has been very rewarding. You get to learn a lot of different things, and each day is different, really. It's really enjoyable. I would encourage it to everybody.
And what about so far? What's been the biggest highlight for you of your career? Because I know you're near the start.
Yeah.
Have you had a big highlight so far? Something you thought, wow, this is just great.
I mean,
apart from right now, something else.
Of course, this is the highlight. There's definitely no one big moment. I would struggle to pick one, and that's not to say that there haven't been any good moments or big moments. I think there's been a lot, and that's like the entire journey and the entire career that I've had so far. Every day feels unique. Things are a bit different now given the situation, working from home and things. But even then, we still find new challenges every day. The team's constantly growing. One of the things I mentioned was the automation testing, which is like a whole new aspect then to QA. The job's constantly evolving. There's new things for us to do. There's definitely no one thing that I would say defines it, and I would say that that's a good thing in itself.
That is a positive thing, because obviously you're not gonna get bored, and you're gonna keep being interested and excited about it. What about more long term? Do you kind of have a career path in your head? Like, do you have a long term career plan?
Well, my career plan so far, at least anyway, is to stay in tech, and for the time being, stay with Learning Pool. It's a great company. They're not forcing me to say that, by the way.
It's sponsored by Learning Pool. And are there any things that you have kind of, I guess, learned along the way? You didn't go to university. You went the kind of almost more the apprenticeship route. Even though you didn't do the apprenticeship. And I know there's a big week in Northern Ireland now at the minute, Apprenticeship Week, and there's kind of a lot more focus on doing apprenticeships, which is great, because if you're, the first degree that I did was in healthcare, and there's a lot of emphasis on placement, so it is like you're working along studying, and I think that is the best way. But is there any kind of skills that you've picked up along the way that you never imagined?
That's actually a good question.
Thank you.
So whenever I decided that I wanted to go into tech, I always saw myself as going down the development route, so writing code to create the applications and things. So I didn't really see myself going down the testing route. I didn't even consider it as an option. So I could say all the skills that I've gained there are kind of unexpected. It's an entirely different skill set, and it's more about having an attention to detail and really scrutinizing things. So I've definitely picked that up, and it applies a lot to my normal life, where you'll really pick stuff out, and more so than I would have before.
Yeah, so obviously you've said there about your attention to detail and things. That's obviously a skill you have. In terms of the fact that you kind of thought to go to the Northwest Regional College, all those things, the way things have panned out for you, what were those skills that you had in school when you were leaving that thought, you know what, I'll be good for a tech career? Were there very specific skills you had?
Specific, I don't know if is the best word. I think as long as you're in the mindset that you have some sort of logical ability, not meaning you can do loads of maths or whatever, you can just think about things in a kind of logical, do this, do this, do this. You can absolutely go into tech. because tech isn't just, you know, writing code or whatever. Like, some people might see it as. There are a lot of different kind of avenues there.
And that seems to be what we're learning today, because Graham, who was on about the handicat, he said the same thing. He was not a tech background at all. So we're finishing up here, but the event's obviously called I Love My STEM Career. What do you love most about working in the tech sector?
I think just having something new to do every day and working with like-minded people. People that enjoy what they're doing is incredible when you also enjoy what you're doing. And it really kind of bounces off each other. Happy job. Like. The
kind of community side of things is really coming through with everybody so far. Sounds like a pretty good job socially and things like that. So I just want to say a big thank you. Can we get a round of applause for Adam?